back again with a Manchester United versus Bournemouth match preview or match build-up, depending on whenever you decide to watch this. Sorry, this is late, so I've just had a very busy week. But I thought I'd get it in slightly different sort of format. But before we get into the to this match preview, if you're new to the channel, just remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, United X. Smash the notification button for latest Manchester United news, as you can see above. But yeah, just get involved and give me feedback if any changes, or if you like what's going on the channel, etc. Anyway, this is our Manchester United versus Bournemouth live match preview. This is going to be quite brief. Unlike the live ones, it'll be pre-recorded, so most people will be watching this will be a pre-recorded stream. But basically, I'm going to go straight into it. Like, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just briefly in his press conference did mention the fact that there might potentially be some changes, which for me is a bit kind of, do you really want to change what is a winning sort of? I know that there's rotation and people are tired, but I've always said kind of, get the game, win the game first and then make the rotations as quick as possible, if that makes any sense, So, but given the mind that he did kind of mention that there got me some changes. If you look at the sort of starting lineup that I've got obviously next to me, as you can see, I'll just sort of go through it and I'll basically let you know what give me score predictions and what have you. So in goal, David De Gea. David De Gea is obviously going to be in goal. Now the back two, I think, is going to be interesting. When Solskjaer means rest, given the fact obviously he played by against Norwich, I would suspect that possibly that means that one of either Maguire or Lindelof is going to rest. Given that Maguire has been playing non-stop, then I would suspect, so that Harry Maguire is the player that will come out. Lindelof has as well, so but maybe not. But I think Lindelof didn't play against Norwich, as Maguire did. So I would suspect that Maguire would get the rest, although he is captain. So that's why I put Bai to obviously come into the side. Left back is Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. I don't expect that he'll make that many radical changes. I don't think Dalot will come in for right back. And Wan-Bissaka did rest a bit against Norwich, so I suppose I expect Wan-Bissaka to obviously play. Luke Shaw, it could be a toss between Luke Shaw and Brandon Williams. I still think that probably Luke Shaw is the safest bet to start, with Brandon Williams possibly coming on in the second half. Midfield is where things obviously get interesting. There was these stupid rumors going around yesterday that apparently Bruno Fernandes and Pogba injured themselves in training, and laughably the Daily Mirror and the Daily Mirror, who was then quoted by the Sun, the Daily Mail, and the Metro, all kind of reported that as, oh yes, Bruno and Pogba injured. Even when I read the story, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, how can they just injured? It was like, it was stupid, So, and I was waiting for official confirmation. Lo and behold, the Daily Mirror have egg on their face and actually posted a tweet actually apologizing and saying, oh, we made a mistake, and it was actually from a parody account. So there you go. This is the problem with a lot of these gutter British pressure times. They don't actually look into where they get their sources from, and that's why any transfer news from those papers, the Daily Mirror, the Daily Mail, the Sun, and like that, you take with a pinch of salt. Anyway, getting back into the team news. So, again, going on the theme that Ollie might be bringing the changes for this Bournemouth game. Bournemouth, bear in mind, obviously are being quite weak. I do expect, even with changes, that we should beat Bournemouth. But the only thing is that I think we lost to them, either lost or drew to them. I have a feeling that it was either 1-1 or they beat us. I can't remember. I think we might have drew. And we threw away points, and a lot of people say that our upcoming run is actually easy, but they've got to bear in mind that we actually, against, I think, West Ham, Crystal Palace, Villa, and Bournemouth, so that's out of those 12 points, and I'm missing one team, but it's only those four. We've only picked up 2 points. We lost to Crystal Palace, we lost to West Ham, we drew against Southampton, I think we drew against Bournemouth. So this is, in theory, actually going to be a difficult run. So even though I still expect a win, given where Bournemouth are and how their form has been, which has been bad. They got battered 4-0 by Bournemouth. Sorry, they've got battered 4-0 by Newcastle. So even with the changes, you'd expect United to still win this. However, I don't think we should take this game for granted, which is why I don't think we should make substantial changes. in that respect, McTominay probably might come in at DM in place of Matic, even though I think Matic is having a fantastic season. And I would be hesitant to put him there because Matic's passing distribution range is far superior to McTominay's. McTominay's good at pressuring, hustling, but we need, when we play against this Bournemouth side is going to be a team that's going to want to drop back, sit, and if they get a goal first, they will sit back and frustrate like happened last time we played against them. So, but he said he's going to give players rest, change things up. So I guess McTominay is probably going to come in there. You keep Pogba and Fernandes. I just can't see how Solskjaer could change the Pogba and Fernandes Bruno, unless he plays Matic and, for example, plays a Fred and Pogba or Fred and Bruno, like the previous midfield, and rests Pogba. Pogba did rest somewhat against Norwich, so I would expect Pogba and Fernandes to play this game. I just can't envision him changing that midfield. That's a good thing that works. On the left, I think Rashford comes in. I was torn. I think because Ollie loves playing Rashford all the time. There's no mention about injuries regarding Rashford, so I would expect he play. If he was going to make any changes, I'd rather he put Martial on the left and put Igalo up top, because Igalo will be able to bully those Bournemouth defenders easily. But he's going to go Rashford. Rashford's form's not been the greatest, must confess, but it is what it is, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he can, he can step up in this game, really, because we need him to. Fernandes, obviously, as you can see, is obviously then, and he's got to be a number one on the team sheet. Simple as that, really. He's been a revolution since he's come to Manchester United, and the him and Pogba deal was just fantastic. So he needs to start there in that respect. Daniel James, obviously, I would say Greenwood. If it was up to me, I would starting 11 from the Sheffield United game. I wouldn't make so many changes, but Solskjaer's the manager, and maybe the fitness things, and we do have, I think, another game coming thick and fast. So we don't want any injuries, especially to key players. So I suspect he'll rest Greenwood. Greenwood did play against Norwich full game, and he did play obviously against Sheffield. So probably Daniel James comes in on that side. He had a fairly good start, but I think it's the problem with in my opinion, with playing Rashford and James on the left and the right, is that you have two players that don't have composure and don't have the best footballing intelligence. They're talented, they're quick, but they don't have the best composure, most composure. Whereas Martial has a bit. If he's on the left or top, he has a better composure, better finishing, and Greenwood has much better composure and better finishing. So you are going to create problems on the left and right hand side when going forward in terms of the decision making and what have you. And I would suspect that the likes of Fernandes and possibly Pogba might get frustrated. Certainly Bruno Fernandes anyway. So that's where hopefully Pogba is playing. Hopefully we can sort of create things and break things down. And obviously Martial up top as the number 9. I don't see any changes there. So yeah, what do I think? I think we can win this game. I think that, to be honest, we should use this as a goal difference barrier, because it could literally come down to goal difference at the end of the season. Leicester have 29. Leicester are 3 points ahead of us with 29 goal difference. Chelsea have less. I think they've got 14, and they have 52 points, and we've got 50. Sorry, they've got 54 points, and we've got 52 points. So we have 2 points behind Chelsea and 3 points behind Leicester going into this game. If we beat Bournemouth, we'll basically be in top 4 while we wait for Leicester City and Chelsea to play. And if they lose, we're going to be in top 4 by the end of the day. So for me, we should beat Bournemouth. We shouldn't take them lightly. They are a difficult side, and we drew against before, so we shouldn't be complacent. We can't allow this time complacency to kick in, because if we do, at the end of the day, we'll just be back. If we lose this game, then, to be honest, you can still forget about it. It's not impossible in terms of getting top 4, but it's still difficult, because we're anticipating the likes of Chelsea and Leicester will lose games. So we need to take control of our own destiny here, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to go ambitious. I'm going to go 4-0 to Manchester United. I think we're at home. We're at Old Trafford. We have beaten them at Old Trafford before, I think last season. You know, we should really go all out and attack these guys, get our goal differential up so that when it comes to potentially last couple of games, we can have the best superior goal difference compared to the remaining 4 sides that are competing for the last 2 places, and take things from there. Thanks everyone who's going to be watching. If you're new to the channel, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, United, and smash that notification button related to Manchester United news. Go Manchester United. We can do this. Have a nice day, guys, and cheers.